right, guys, let's talk a little Browns football. ESPN put an article out over the weekend with one final move they want to see each NFL team make before the start of training camp. And for the Cleveland Browns, what ESPN said they needed to do is make some important decisions about the team's offensive line. If you look at some of the contract status for the Browns offensive line, DeJuan Jones is extension eligible, but Bitonio, Teller, Conklin, Pocic, and Teven Jenkins, who signed a one-year deal this season, are all on the final year of their contracts, meaning we could see a massive change to the Browns' offensive line from 2025 to 2026. Boy, I see you snarking at this.
You know we're desperate for Browns content.
But it is true. It's something we haven't really talked about.
Oh, my goodness. I don't like this.
So I don't understand. What are they saying?
They have to decide who, if any of the five in their final years, need to be re-signed. If they want to be re-signed, should they do it early? And is DeJuan Jones, who is extension eligible, worth giving a long-term deal to now?
I wouldn't give an extension to any of these guys right now. I'm not interested in that. Or I'd wait till the end of the year. I'm certainly not extending DeJuan Jones. He's been too injury prone. Bitonio's probably going to retire at the end of the year. Teller's play is going to decline. Conklin's getting old. Pocic didn't have a good year last year. And Jenkins, he just signed, so you're not going to extend him. That doesn't make any sense. I'm not interested in giving any of these guys extensions at the moment.
I think a lot of it's predicated on, Zach Zinter last year was unplayable.
Right.
Does he take a big leap this year, and does he prove that he's ready to step in and start right away?
Right.
Then he probably replaces. Bitonio, I think for sure we can agree is gone, right?
I would assume if he was thinking about retiring this year.
I would imagine this is it for him.
Probably, yeah.
I think Pocic is either 30 or soon to be 30.
Right, and his play declined.
He declined.
Yeah.
Wyatt is right around 30, I think. How long do you want to go with him?
Right.
And do you have to give him a raise? He's already making $17 million. Is he looking for more?
Yeah, I'm not interested in that.
If he would take a one-year deal, I'd sign him to a one-year deal. And I think that's what it's going to come down to, but I don't think, as many Pro Bowls as he's had, why would he take a one-year deal?
He's going
to look to get a big contract
he'll
next
get
year.
And he'll get paid. I think he'll get another big deal in free
agency. Yeah, the offensive line's an issue. I'm not interested in signing any of them right now, but, Conklin's old. They're old. And the guys they've drafted outside of maybe DeJuan have not panned out to this point.
So let me extrapolate a little bit here.
Yeah.
So we've talked about this situation with the offensive line. Now we have 2 first-round picks next year, right?
Yep.
The thought process is that we can just package them up and get a quarterback.
It's a possibility.
But guess what? If I just looked at that, it's a guarantee that they're taking offensive lineman next year, which is wild to me, which I'm going to have to sit here and watch again because they're going to take another big dude. With that, even if you bring back a couple of these dudes, even if Zach Zinter is ready to play, even DeJuan Jones plays well, we don't know what they're going to do with Conklin. We don't know what they're going to do with Pocic, and we told you Bitonio might be up out of here. So that's 3 positions right there. So now you got 2 first-round picks next year, and you're like, okay, well, we need linemen, don't we? We need to get this thing squared away. So now you got an opportunity where you might have to end up taking one of them. That means your pick that you have has to be bad enough for you to even get it. So this is it's muddy. It's muddy. There was a cut and dry clear where you think you can either, we already know what we're going to do. And you're like, well, no, the rest of your team is getting older as you guys continue to spin your wheels at these skill positions.
It's possible you're going to have 3, 4, even 5 new starters next year on offensive line in 2026.
That's
probably won't be 5, but probably be more like 3 or 4. But it's going to be at least 3.
Yeah.
I think Bitonio's retiring.
You have a new guard next year.
You'll have a new center,
and a new tackle.
Right.
Probably a new right tackle.
Right. And DeJuan, if he stays healthy and plays well, he's your left tackle of the future. You sign him next year. And, in a perfect world, they'd probably like to bring back Wyatt as the one veteran on the team.
Especially if he looks like he plays through the whole year and he's not injured.
How old is Conklin now?
Conklin's got to be 33, I would think.
Yeah,
if not even older.
They have an old
Jack Conklin's 30 years old.
30. He's an old 30, man. He's had through a lot of injuries.
A lot of injuries.
He'll be 31 for the start of the season. He turns 30.
Yeah, they're going to have – and again,
Bitonio's 33.
I mean, who is replacing them right now?
Well, I mean,
there's no clear answers.
Listen, they're old. They're probably going to miss some time. You're going to get a look at Zinter. Luke Whippler's still floating around. He could easily be your starting center next year.
I forgot he got hurt.
That's part of the reason that, when you're a competent, healthy team, this is what you do. You take linemen in the 4th, 5th round.
Right, and develop
them for a couple years, and then when they're ready, they step in. So
Yeah.
now we'll see if Whippler's ready to play, because he could easily be the center in 2026. And so
true.
if you've got Whippler, if Zinter comes around, and DeWan, it's looking a whole lot better. But if Whippler falls on his face and Zinter doesn't improve from what we saw last year, then it's a disaster.
Yeah.
I'm on ESPN.com right now.
Yeah.
These are the listed backups for the Browns starting offensive line.
By the way, for depth chart in the future, Our Lads is the best.
I'll go to Our Lads. It's
Yeah.
right here. Okay.
Our Lads is better than ESPN.
They have the exact same backup
Okay.
offensive line. But at left tackle, the backup is Cornelius Lucas, who they signed this offseason to a one-year deal.
It was a 1-year deal, right?
Yep, he's a one-year deal. Behind Joel Bitonio is Zach Zinter. Behind Ethan Pocic is Luke Whippler. Behind Wyatt Teller is Javion Cohen, the undrafted free agent last year out of the University of Miami, the Hurricanes, not the MAC school. And then Teven Jenkins is the backup right tackle behind Jack Conklin.
Yeah, I mean, outside of Jenkins, who has experience, I'm not feeling good about it.
You think they could sign Jenkins after this year?
Probably. I mean, they didn't pay him that much. He was.
They gave him guaranteed money, didn't pay him that much.
Yeah.
And I think he came to Cleveland for the opportunity to play and see if he can stay healthy. Because
Which
if
is
he stays
weird,
healthy,
though, because I know there were, like, the Bengals
Seattle
were interested.
and Cincinnati were both interested,
Right, and
too.
he would have started there. So, I'm not sure. But, yeah, there's certainly a lot of question marks this year and even more going forward with the Browns' offensive line. It's been an issue. It's funny. I would say over the last decade or so, decade plus, it's probably overall been the position that has been the strongest on this franchise.
They've invested a ton of money into it.
Yeah, but right now, there's a lot of red flags going forward for their offensive line. They're old. That's it. 4 of your 5 starters are 30 plus. Well, how old's Wyatt? Is he 30?
He's either 30 or about to be 30.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
So Wyatt is your second youngest starter on the line.
Teller's 30, turns 31.
Yeah.
And Ethan Pocic will turn 30 in August.
Okay, so he's the
So he's
youngest.
30.
Okay.
I'm calling
But
him
he'll be 30.
He'll be 30
So
when the
your
season
offensive
starts.
line are 30, 31, 32, 34. I mean, 4 of your 5
and
starters.
23
And then the 5th
23.
guy's injury prone.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, kudos to DeWan. It looks like he lost a lot of weight, so maybe that'll help him stay healthy this year. I mean, he's still a huge human being, but he clearly lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
And his problem, I'm guessing, is in better shape. He clearly worked really hard this offseason.
We did a segment a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
What was it, Mike? The most important or the hot seat or what was it?
Who's under the most pressure?
That was it. I
Yeah.
picked DeWan. This is a massive year for him.
Huge.
If he has a great year and balls out and stays healthy and keeps his weight under control, he'll go into the last year of his deal and he can ask for big money.
Absolutely.
And
He solidifies that left tackle position.
and
That's huge.
He answers a massive question
Yeah.
at a time when they do have multiple first-round picks, at
Yep.
a time when they do have a bunch of questions across the line. It is a huge season.
If they don't
for
have to
DeWan
worry about
Jones.
left tackle going into next year's draft, that'll be a massive win.
Yeah.
And if that happens, might end up being through 5 years the best pick of the Andrew Berry era. Because if you get a starting left tackle in the
fourth round?
that's pretty impressive.
That saves you.